welcome along to my shed. Weather's been changing this week, a couple of spring-like days, so it won't be long before we're chucked into the throes of spring and lots of hours of sunlight and sun, hopefully. This week's been a copper week, so I'll show you what I've been getting up to. So this week I've been concentrating on the copper. I've got the rest of that reel of thick cable done, and we'll have a weigh in and see what we got. Put that on naught. So this was all off a 16 metre roll. Straight on there. And that comes in at 6.13 kilos. Or 13.5 pounds. So that's very nice. I've just gone past my kilos. There we go. 6.12, and then we've got this one, which is just general electric cable. The ones I had hanging up last week, they've all been done. And that brings it up to 8.34 kilos, or 18 pounds 38 ounces. So 8.5 kilos of copper. Oh, I've got some dirty copper there. Obviously you won't get a brilliant price for that, but that brings up to 8.44. But 8 kilos, and I don't know what it's going for at the moment. Obviously Bear Bright is going for really good money. I would say average that out at about £6 a kilo. So quick maths, £50 say, just for that. So that's just in the afternoon as I was getting the cable and just running it through its dripping machine, and then in the evening stripping the cable off and doing that. And then I did a bit of plug soup, so we're in the process of sorting that out. Got some nice little bits of brass from that. And there's one thing I wanted to show you today. So we'll move the camera over onto the vise. We can see that. Have to move it along a bit. There we go. Now, these cheeky little things can be very difficult to undo. But I don't know if you know this or not, but I put them in the vise. I think it might work better if you heat them up, but I haven't tried it. Stick it in the vise and then get some nice handy grips, and well, that doesn't normally happen, but anyway, then you can get at these brassy bits with hey presto, and out they come. So that is a nice easy way to get the brass and the copper out of these, because they can be a little bit tricky. But I think if you put some heat into that, those bits nearly got away. If you put some heat into them, I think that might work even better. But that saves me a lot of time, because the way I was doing it was not anywhere near as effective as this. But that one's being a bit more tricky, but that's just the plastic. And that one's not going to pull out of there, but that one, nice and easy. I don't think that one will come out. Oh no, there we go. So, piece of cake, and you can get these out super easy, and these can go into the plastics bag. But yeah, that saves me a huge amount of time, and hopefully it will save you some time too. So I'm going to talk about copper for a second, because I watched something in the week which it was just amazing. They built a new mine, I think it possibly was in South America, and this mine, to have the whole complete setup for mining the copper, it took 30 years. And they're saying that because of the demand on copper with all the renewables and all the rest of it, the world needs to keep up with demand another 6 of these mines. And bearing in mind, it took 30 years to build one. There is going to be a huge shortage of copper coming along within the next few years, I would think. 2030 is probably going to be, it's going to go nuts. So I am not going to get rid of any copper. I'm going to keep all of it if I can. As long as I've got storage space, I will keep it, because I think the price is just going to go mad. So if you can store it, I would suggest storing it. I may be wrong, but it's the way it's looking. It can only go one way, which is good for all of us. It wouldn't put it past me for the government to open up a whole load of scrapping places, but we'll see. So hang on to that copper if you can. Now, one other thing, I was given a bag this week, so let's see what we got in there. I know what I got in there. You don't. We have plenty of phone cables, and as we know, phone cables on that little end, there's a couple of little gold contacts just in there. This one's got 4 in it, so I'll have 8 on there. And this one's got a couple on it, so again there's another 4 gold contacts on there. There's a number of these ADSL modems, another one there, another one there. So these are all going to be thrown in the bin, as usually happens with this type of thing. But yeah, there's, how many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a different type here, and all of these, oh, there's the camera, I've all got connectors in. There's 2 pins, 4, there's 8 in this one, 6 in this one, and then of course you've got a couple in the ends there as well. There's 4 in that and 2 in that one. So it's just a case of a whole load of gold plated pins, really, and that can't be a bad thing, can it? There's even more down at the bottom. I hadn't had a proper look through the bag, but I had a kind of brief look. I didn't realise there were so many of those, so that's good. And then we've got the yellow one is an Ethernet cable. Then we've got a little power supply, so there'll be a tiny transformer in there, and then we've got the brass. This one got some teeny gold pins in there, and that's the USB, so there'll be gold pins in there as well, probably 4. And then we've got another one of these. I guess that's a charging station for something. I don't actually know, but, and it's all a big tangle in the bottom. Got another power pack. I can go with all the other ones I got last week. Oh, you've taken the plug off, you cheeky monkeys. But yeah, that's not a bad little. And we've got another. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, fancy. That's a modem. So yeah, we'll have a look inside that one, see what's in there. But yep, there's 16 gold pins in this one. Woohoo! So it's a gold fest. But yes, cables. I want to spend my entire life stripping cables, I think. Sometimes the Ethernet cables can have really nice copper in. I've got a box with some, which I will just grab if I can find it. Like one of those ones. No, it's not. I'm not even sure where it's gone, but it's got some very nice fine cables in from. I think what else? Oh yeah, this is my sort of thing. This got washed up, so at the moment I put all my little pieces of steel, like screws and bolts, and they go in these little tins. I keep knocking them over, so I cut the top off. It's got a nice handle, and I can fill that up with all my scrap steel, and then easily pick it up, put it in the car, and get it to the yard. So the sea always gives up something good to us. So that's all for today. Nice short one. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. That would be fantastic. And I will catch you in the next one. Keep scrapping.